Don't forget that governments, usually they don't know what they're doing, especially here. No, excuse me, in the United States, I'm sorry. I don't have anything against Trudeau.
This is the first time we're doing a Cannabis Summit, to hear from all sides of the debate, the things that people need to bear in mind in order to make sure that things go in the right direction and not in the wrong direction.
The degree of use that we see today, if you would ask me before what was the size of the market, I wouldn't have put it at around 5 million Canadians consuming. The production of cannabis in the country, let's say it's about 900 metric tons. We see that about half of the production is still illegal and half of the production is legal. When you take that down to the consumer and you ask, okay, are consumers buying legally or illegally, we're still seeing that the majority of purchases are illegal.
You change your jeans and your long hair for a suit, a tie, and then you're on the legal side. Take away this plant, which has been in the hands of criminals, and put it in the hands of the business community, of entrepreneurs. Then you find a lot of good things that this plant can give to humankind.
10 years ago, they put me on a leukemia ward, and I went into remission after 12 months treatment. Unfortunately, 3 years down the line, I randomly sat on the couch and had a stroke. I was left with neuropathic pain. It was just like being tortured constantly. So for the next 6 years, to say I was off my face on drugs was quite an understatement. But they weren't really doing much to control my pain. And I remember the moment I first tried cannabis really clearly. I kept saying, something's different, it feels like I'm missing something. And that was the first time in 6 years that I'd ever experienced a pain-free state.
We do have 3 very long-term legal drug industries: alcohol, tobacco, and pharmaceutical. And so I think that as cannabis makes this really historic transition from an illegal drug to a legal drug, we need to be thinking about that context.
Being from Colorado, I'm obviously living this every day. We were absolutely promised that the taxes were going to be great for the state. That didn't materialize. We were told that this is going to get rid of the black market. But the black market has remained. In fact, Colorado, I think, is the #1 black market state in the country.
Is it a black market serving Colorado, or is it a black market because
it's both.
Because so many other states are not
So
legalized?
people are still, because here's the thing, when you tax pot, the black market's always going to be able to beat that price. So we still have people going to the black market to buy their weed.
Anyone here believe that if cannabis was illegal in your state, your country, or your province, that no one would be using it? Anyone? Show of hands. You know,
I don't think that's the point.
I didn't interrupt you. Given a choice, a consumer of cannabis would prefer to purchase in a store where it's lit, where it's legal, where it's safe, where it's tested, where it's taxed, than go to the illicit market.
This industry is actually right now the #1 job creator in the US. There's over 300,000 people employed full-time by the space.
Farmers in the traditional producing countries will be fully pushed out of the market, and there are millions and millions of small farmers dependent on the illicit cannabis market. And it is very important also in terms of fair trade principles, human rights principles, development principles, to bring those farmers into the legal spaces, because they are also the ones who have suffered a lot.
Cannabis is very complex, and it's going to be hard to predict the future. There's so many moving pieces. Everything is very heterogeneous. The consumer base is large. It's geographically dispersed. The markets are fragmented. Different products are available in different regions. And so I think it makes it really difficult to actually predict what's going to happen. That also makes it exciting.